What's up? And thank you for tuning in to another flight on the channel today, man. We got a good one. Today we are going to be flying from Houston and we're going to be flying over to Oklahoma City. And so it should be a really good flight. Doing this in the midst of Hurricane BERYL, which is now probably a tropical storm. So be interesting to see how things look, man. Let's get a quick view outside real quick and just see. Ooh, looks a little ominous back there, doesn't it? So it should be a pretty fun flight, man. We're gonna get out of Dodge here real soon and get everything taken care of. But all right, so what we'll do right now, man, we'll get everything on and we'll get it popping. So go ahead and kick our batteries on. We'll go external power for now. Get the APU kicked on. And arm some lights here. And get a couple other things on. We'll go navs on the IRS. And we're good to go there. So while the IRS is getting aligned and everything is getting good, we got the APU coming up. Go ahead and turn the bleed on for now, and we can see that APU is powering up, which is awesome. All right, so what we'll do real quick first is we'll go over to our pad, get that turned on. So we're doing IAH to OKC. We're not going to do 380. I want to do it a little lower than that, just so we can see a little bit more of the weather and see how everything is going. So yeah, so let's go ahead and finish everything up here. All right, so we are, yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and hop on the network as well. I don't know if there's any air traffic control on out in Houston, but I would be surprised if there wasn't, to be quite honest. So, so let's hop online real quick, like so. Okay, Houston Center's online. And I don't know if this is. I don't know if that's not Houston. I mean, any approach. But there's our ATIS information. We have hotel today, and we are 2976 on today, so we're looking good. So let's go 134, 134.45, right? 134.425. And we'll be good to go there. And let's go ahead and get our fuel taken care of now. We'll get that. And then our boarding and everything, we'll get that taken care of. All right, cool. So we'll go with fast boarding today, which should be about 4 minutes. All right, so we'll get that started up. Now we'll start boarding and get our fuel in. We got our fuel in, so we're gonna start boarding. And so right now we'll do the rest of our flight plan. So let's go ahead and get everything up and ready to go. So bring in our plan from some brief. Winds real quick. And cool. So we got the winds. We're still boarding, which is fine. So we're coming out of Houston today on the Sticky 8 departure. And our transition today is going to be Dolly or Dooley. Get that entered in. And then we're coming into OKC on runway 35 right. We'll do an ILS approach today. And we're coming in on the Teasdale 3. And we're coming from we'll take a look at our charts real quick so we can see what our vias are, if any. So we're going to there, we're going arrival, we're going to Teasdale 3. Let's take a look at it. Good. Good, and then our approach is going to be 35 right. So we'll get that entered in real quick. And our via is going to be Javexi. Alright, our transition is Zuma. That entered in, boom, just like so. So we're good to go. All right, boarding is still happening. So we got a few more seconds for that. We can go ahead and kick on our fuel pumps.
Boarding completed.
Kick off external power. And boarding is completed. We're going to get ready to get up out of Dodge here very, very soon. Let's go ahead and get the weights and the fuel entered in here. And we're going to be 5.4 on the fuel. Performance today, we are going to be 130.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Alright, get everything centered in here. Good. Everything is looking great. Alright, let's go ahead and finish setting everything up here. Let's get some lights here. Predictive wind shear. We can arm the speed brake. That's taken care of. Alright, man. Everything is looking really good right now for departure. So now we're supposed to be cruising at 380, and I know that that's optimal, but with this hurricane going on, I just kind of want to see what's happening. So, you know, this is the most fuel efficient, but I'm going to drop us down to 260 for our cruise today. Alright. Not the longest flight, so this will give us some time to do what we need to do. Alright, let's bring our V-pilot back up, and we have 2976. Okay, we're gonna go 260 today. If you ask me, everything is set up and ready to go. We're looking great. The nav logos on, the go green lights. Everything's good there. Boarding is completed. So we'll go ahead and get ready for pushback. And we can call the tug. Come down a little bit on our AC. A little warm day today. Alright, so what we'll do now is get clearance. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, I don't hear anyone, which is not typical. So let's see what's going on, because I should be hearing people at this point. There we go. That's what I got. Speakers. There we go.
On the information hotel east flow, but that's got about a 15 knot tailwind on the front of Germany. Every night we don't have the 84, they are landing east.
Okay. Let's do a quick radio check.
Eastern time closing at about 1 knots.
10 minutes is closing like it.
Time close 9, get over. Right up there is coming in for 50.
Okay.
Before you go, Houston, to the Delta 1397, when you requested taxi to 36 left here at Austin and Nashville. 159.7 stand on. And everything that's 21, we're closing short day here, so if you want, you can sign for west runway, so they can just switch it out. And then we're going to you for that. Yeah, we're not going to yeah, simple. Everything 921, Roger, cross Woolly at 12,000 and 250 knots speed. Watch out from 13 and 76. To Woolly at 12,000, 250 knots, and Level 1597, reaching down on the street, 6 left, at 2 last time. Being charged, reaching left, down 1397. 5694, we're at contact there, altitude level. 5694, that's 5,000. 5694, further, guys, let's be on the 10, level 330. I like to see more of it.
So I don't know that I'll be able to get air traffic control today. My joint is not working like I needed to. So alright, so it looks like I got on to Houston a little bit late today. So it's okay. I'm not gonna have air traffic control right now. I'm taking off, which is okay. We're gonna go over to Unicom and do it like that. That way we don't have to worry about it, because I don't think that we're going to have any more air traffic control on, at least right now. We may get some a little closer to our arrival, but for right now we're chilling. So all right, let's do it. And Houston traffic, Delta 922, push and start, stand 8-4, facing west. Houston. All right. Let's go ahead and get pushed back.
Flight attendants, armed doors, and cross-check.
All right, let's get these engines started up. We'll go engine 2. And those clouds look crazy out there. I don't know if I'll be able to see much, but I'll go. I can always go to a higher altitude if I need to or something like that. So right now we're just chilling. Hear the engine spooling up, everything sounding great. Right, engine 2 is up. We'll go with engine number 1. Engine number 1 coming up.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
All right, runway 15 left. Trying to see what we're taxiing, that's all. In Houston traffic, Delta 922, taxiing to runway 15 left via November Charlie Whiskey for runway 15 left, Houston. All right, cool. So we're looking good. Let's go ahead and do a quick flight control check just to make sure everything's good to go. And we got full right, full left, full forward, full back, full right rudder, full left rudder, and controls are free and clear. Move this down just a little bit so maybe you all can see the controls. That made the sun worse in the background. Oh man, I gotta do something about that. Well, anyway, for now we're good to go. So let's go auto brake max, flaps to take off. So we'll do flaps 1. We'll get ready to taxi. Alright, shut the parking brake off. We can get out of Dodge. And we can kill the APU. Interesting, man. Be interested to see how this flight goes with the weather and everything we got out here today. I don't know that we'll be able to see much, but I'm just curious if there'll be like a lot of wind, especially like on landing and things like that. That'll be kind of cool to see. So we are gonna taxi down to the runway and get out of Dodge. Should be a pretty quick flight. It's only about 57 minutes or so, so it shouldn't be too long at all. This turn down here is a little weird. Let's see how we'll do this. Just come around and go down. Okay. Just come around and go down. So my brother is out in Houston, and he's saying that it's pretty crazy out there today. So, well, it was earlier, like the hurricane already hit, so all good. All right, so we'll get down to the end here, and got whiskey. Whiskey should be to our left. So we'll do a little left rudder. I mean, yeah. Do a little turn here around. That should put us right where we need to be at. Let's do a quick left loop just to make sure. Yeah, I'm good. Should take us right to the runway right here. All right, so we're gonna get ready to take off. So some lights on there. This is 15 left. This is, I don't fly out of, yeah, this is where we should be at. 15 left, right? Yep, I'm tripping. I was thinking it was 15 right for a second, but we're good. All right. In Houston traffic, Delta 922, holding short of runway 15 left, Houston. All right. Let's get a quick look. I don't hear anyone. I don't see anything. So we look look to be clear. Sure, I put the right runway in here. Something just doesn't look right to me. Let me make sure. Let me make sure, because something just doesn't feel right to me with how things are looking. Okay, I guess we're okay. All right. Do have some traffic out there, but they're going that way. I don't see anything else. No, I can't hear them, but it's okay. Houston traffic, Delta 922 lining up runway 15 left. Houston. That just looks weird to me. All right, let's get ready to go. Houston traffic, Delta 922 taking off runway 15 left on the Sticky 8 departure, departing to the east initially. Then we'll be making a turn to the west once we get up Houston. All right, let's go. Man, a lot of wind, really fighting this thing. Full left rudder basically coming down the runway, which is crazy. All right, so we're gonna take off here. We're gonna keep the left rudder input in. We'll gear up. Good. Nice. Slight left turn coming off here. Just following our flight directors around right now as we're taking off. Everything's looking great. Speed nicely. Some levers to climb. Still hand flying. I'm gonna hand fly it for a little bit here. So I get a feel of that wind. Little flaps up. And there is the airport down below us. So we are out of Dodge here. We're still making our left turn around. sky looks a little crazy, looks a little ominous, but not bad. Again, I am still hand flying this joint right now as we head out of Houston. Everything's looking great. There is some pretty significant wind out there, as I can feel it, especially on the takeoff. Like full right rudder is wild. Just brighten this down a little bit so I can see. We'll be in the clouds. Again, still just hand flying it. Rain I can see on the windshield. We are looking good. Very nice departure. It'd be cool to come above those clouds. We'll see if we do though. I mean, we have a really short flight right now, so I am going to kick on the autopilot. We're at 10,000. We can kill those lights. We have to take off checklist. Ground spoilers down. Auto brakes off. Everything's looking great right now. There we go. We're coming above those clouds a little bit. Let's get a quick outside view just to see what we're looking at. Basically flying into the eye of the storm right now. So that should be pretty interesting. Some wind, but nothing too crazy, to be quite honest with you. It's not too bad. Let's pull over our weather map real quick just so we can take a look and see exactly where the weather is and what's going on. Right now, as you can see, this is Houston, and not sure what's going on. Why it's acting out. Let's try to relaunch it. You can see we're coming through the clouds now. Real nice. Everything's looking great. Okay, so this is probably us. Yep, there we go. Delta 922. And we're coming out of Houston. We're headed up to Oklahoma City. And kind of going away from the storm just a little bit. This is like the main eye of the storm right here. But once we get to Oklahoma City, we should definitely have some interesting precipitation. So I think the landing is going to be like quite challenging. It should be a lot of fun. So anyway, just kind of bringing that over for point of reference, just to kind of see where that storm. I mean, it's a big storm. I mean, check this out. It's all the way from like Texas, Galveston, all the way up to Oklahoma, getting almost into Kentucky at this point. Looks like Ohio's probably going to take a hit. Oh, whoa! All right, let's drop this real quick. We just got some. We just got some crazy turbulence right there, so we're probably going to keep the seatbelt sign on for most of this flight, just in case. We just don't know what's going to happen out there with the weather and everything. So at this point, I'm going to disconnect in terms of the video, but I'm still going to be here. I'm going to come back a little bit closer to landing, and we'll just keep it going. So thank you for tuning in. If you got any questions, you want to holler at me, hit me up in the chat. Otherwise, I'll see you guys and gals on approach. I've been doing all that talking and just realized that no one can hear me at all, which is insane. So let me start over with what I said I was doing and what I just did so everybody can know. I just went to SimBrief and updated my flight plan and went updated my flight plan. I didn't mean to do that. To go to Little Rock versus going to Oklahoma City. So I'm gonna cut it here. I just felt like I was going a little bit too far out of the storm and everything that's happening. So I cut it back across, and instead of going to OKC, I'm gonna go to Little Rock, which would be cool. So man, that sucks. There wasn't any audio when I was talking that whole time, but it's all good. So now what I was saying was, now that we're getting into the storm more, now you're seeing the clouds are coming. And I'm at 26,000 square feet, so I'm square feet, 26,000 square feet. I'm at flight level 260 right now, so I mean, these storms are pretty high. I would say another 5,000 to 6,000 feet, so the storm might be about 30,000, 35,000 feet tall. So looking good. Go back into the cockpit for a little bit. So I'm actually take us out to Little Rock. Perfect. Everything's looking great. Now we're in the storm, as you can see right here. And the one thing that I'm not getting is a lot of I'm not getting a lot of turbulence or anything like that, which is pretty cool. They're at 350. I'm gonna come up to flight level 300 just to see if I can get any more. See if I can get another view of this right here. So we'll come up a few thousand feet real quick and just see if we can stay above the storm. But just like I thought, like this thing is definitely getting tall. So I'm gonna try to climb over it a little bit just so we can get a little better view. See what that gives us. But this is where we are right now. This is us cutting across, headed to Little Rock. As you can see, we came out of Houston. Just as the storm, the eye of the storm was kind of coming around, and we were going to go to Oklahoma City at first, but I decided to make a turn to Little Rock just so we could come over to the storm. And I wish I would have did it a little sooner. I wish I would have did it like right there, or maybe like right here, because that would have put us like boom, like directly over the eye of the storm right there. But this is cool. So we're coming up to flight level 300, which is nice, but we're still in the clouds. We're not above it just yet, but they're going to clear out here in a little bit, as you can see from our radar right here. So once we get over this, and especially once we start getting outside of the main storm right here, everything is gonna be pretty clear, and I think it's gonna be pretty clear actually in Little Rock landing. So it should be pretty cool. Got a couple cats out here. This guy, he's coming out of Chicago. He's headed down to Bush. He's flying the Boeing 777 that just came out recently. So he's flying the PMDG right there. This guy's headed to JFK. He's out of the thick of the storm as well. Okay, so now I'm starting to get some turbulence. I can just see it and tell. I don't have, which I need to reinstall. I had to reinstall this whole thing like a few months back. And when I reinstalled it, I didn't get a chance to reinstall FS Realistic. So I can only imagine, like with FS Realistic, the thing is it will probably be moving around a lot more and be a little bit more realistic. But we're at 30,000. I tried to climb over those clouds a little bit, but we don't want to climb too much because we're going to start descending pretty soon, about 120 nautical miles. So not super soon, but soon enough. So I'm just going to chill where we are right now, continue to look at the storm, check things out, see what's going on. Still got several planes down on the ground here at Houston. People trying to take a gander at the storm. We got one guy that's flying pretty close to the center. What is KASC? What is that? Aspen, Colorado. Aspen, Pitkin County. Okay. And he's a 737. Okay, cool. Nice. So this guy came from, this guy came from a long way. This guy came from the Bahamas. Like, he came from Nassau all the way across. That's cool. I feel like the bulk of, well, I was going to say I feel like the bulk of the flights are going to be like with the hurricane, but to be quite honest with you, LAX is popping, San Antonio is popping. LAX has a lot of people flying out in Las Vegas, so people are probably doing what, LA to Vegas? Let's see. Yeah, Las Vegas. Oh wow. We got one guy here in an A330 who's going to be going to Gatwick, EGLL, right? It's Gatwick. Oh, Heathrow, excuse me. Going to Heathrow. Wow, that's going to be a flight. Jeez. Virgin Atlantic. All right, let's look back at the storm. Man, this is a massive storm. If you really think about it, like if you look at how much it's really stretching, like it's stretching all the way down to Mexico, all the way through the Gulf, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, starting to come up to Ohio. Probably, man, I would say by Wednesday or Thursday it's gonna be raining like crazy back home in Ohio. But for right now, we're chilling. See, let's take a look at everything. Let's go ahead and get set up for our arrival. It's interesting. The sun is actually trying to come through here. I can see it. Yeah, you see it back there? I can see it off the displays, like trying to, the shadows and stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and enter our destination data in. And to do that, we'll grab our ATIS information from we'll grab our ATIS information so we can get that entered in. So KLIT 2992-2823 020 at 9. Okay. That's weird. I thought it would be a little more windy. Was it 2992? Yeah, 2992. 2992 23 28 and what was it 0 020 at 9, so 020 at 9 like so, and the barometer is going to be the pin it. Barometer is going to be decision height. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be 780. 780 on the barometer. Boom, boom, boom. Get that entered in there. We're good. We're going to do a conf 3. I'm going to do a flaps 3 today, and we'll change. Oh, yeah, okay, good. They changed it to 30 Gs. Cool. We're looking great. Remember, we're doing a direct. So, since we're doing a direct, I'm going to be 2300. Anti-ice. All right. Anti-ice on. Whoa. Okay. This thing is all jacked up. Let's see what it's doing. Probably because I changed it, so we'll see. Getty. Okay. We're gonna go direct. We'll go direct, Getty. That's gonna put us kind of coming in straight, but that's okay. And then we're gonna start descending. So we're gonna descend down to 2,500. We'll start descending now. So we're looking good. And since we're doing a flaps 3, we'll go ahead and enter that, get that entered in here. And we're looking good, man. We're all set up for our arrival into Little Rock.
Gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial
So we're
down
just
to our destination.
starting our descent right now.
Business we need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
And this is us right here. So I thought we would clear those clouds, but we haven't cleared them yet. But we're about to. I mean, real soon we're gonna get right out of the clouds. It's probably gonna be a very sunny day out in Arkansas, out in Arkansas. Okay, let's take a look at our charts again real quick. This is my first time here in Little Rock, so I want to make sure I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. Oh, I see. Got it. Good. Just checking on everything. Just making sure everything is good. All right. We are descending nicely. I'm gonna go straight in. I'm not gonna vector myself or anything like that. I'm just gonna go straight in here to land. All right. Take a look at a couple checklists real quick while we're chilling. Cool. So there we go again. You can see where I am. I'm doing. Got a couple flying down from Memphis to Houston, checking things out. Should be on the ground in about 15 minutes tops. And then again, I'm gonna make straight in. I'm not gonna do any vectoring or anything like that. I'm just gonna go straight in. And now I think the clouds are starting to clear a little bit. I don't know how sunny it'll be, but good. All right, I'm gonna minimize this a lot. Looking great. Getting ready to land here in a few. It's been a good flight so far. Not terrible. The wind hasn't been terrible. I really thought it would be a little bit worse, but it's actually not been too bad. right, things are really starting to clear up out there now. I can even make out some of the ground. And Little Rock traffic, Delta 922 is at flight level 130, descending, expecting runway 04 right, Houston. I'm sorry, Little Rock. Okay, we are looking good. This should be a pretty good landing. I'm gonna hand fly this joint all the way down, probably from about 1,000 feet. So it should be pretty challenging. Should be a lot of fun. I'll move the camera down just a little bit, just so you all can see my inputs. I hate that it makes it so weird with the light, but it's all good. I think it's the window in the back is killing me. Alright, we're looking good. We are at 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Seatbelts are on. Everything's looking good. Still got a little bit more to go. Say we'll be on the ground in about 10 minutes. As for right now, we're just chilling. Cruising on in. All right, we're getting pretty close. We're about 30, a little over 30 nautical miles out. In Little Rock traffic, Delta 922, 30 nautical miles out. Expecting ILS runway 04 right, Little Rock. Really nice flight, really chill. Great frames out here too, probably because there's nothing out here. I'm getting really good frames. This thing is running pretty nice right now. is looking great, great, great. Really excited about this landing. I'm definitely gonna, these are probably IFR conditions, but let's see what we can do. We're looking great. Really has been a nice flight so far. All right, we're gonna get ready to land here real soon. Let's go ahead and activate the approach phase. Start slowing down. And Little Rock traffic, Delta 922, about 18 nautical miles out for ILS runway 04 right, Little Rock. All right, we're looking good. We got some rain. This is definitely IFR conditions. It's not VFR conditions at all. I still think I'm gonna try to land it, hand fly it down. I'm gonna try to hand fly it down at about 1,000 feet. Typically wouldn't do that, but we're gonna do it today. We'll go ahead and set the approach as well. And let's hit our checklist real quick, make sure we're good. Good. All right. So I do have the runway in front of me. I have it in sight, which is nice. This will be good for our landing. Just a second, we're gonna pick up the ILS. I'm gonna keep coming down to about 2,500 right now. And I'll actually pull for that.
2,500.
And no, we're just gonna keep it at 3,000. I'm sorry, we'll do 280. 280 is fine. 270.
2,500.
We'll do 270, it's fine. Right, we're looking great. Perfect. All right, let's go flaps 1. Might be a little too high. This is my first time here, so. All right, there's a localizer. I think I'm going to be a little too high for the glide slope. So what I'm going to do right now is kill the autopilot. Alright, so I'm going to be completely hand flown at this point. We'll go flaps 2. A little high, but it's okay. I want to get down. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. down. Okay.
2000.
All right, let's go flaps 3. And Little Rock traffic, Delta 922, short final, runway 04, right. Little Rock. So yeah, I'm a little high, I'm a little fast, but that's okay. I want to get down. Flaps 3, we'll let the gear down. Don't worry, I know I look high.
Please prepare for that.
I don't know how I got so high, but that's okay. Because I didn't pick up the glide slope like I should have. That's okay.
100 above. Minimum 400.
I'm a little high.
300.
That's okay.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Way off center.
50. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
All right. Pretty good job getting it down. It was way too high on my approach, so that's on me. That happens. But we still were able to get it down and land it, so I feel great about that. Do some manual braking down to the end. And that's how we do that. Great flight today. Thank you for rocking with me. A little high on the approach. I kind of noticed that when I didn't pick up the glide. So this is my first time here, and I should have been at flight level 230, but I was a little too high for picking up the glide slope. That's okay. We're still able to put it down, and that's what's most important. So thank you all for tuning in, man. Checking this flight out, hanging with me as fly through a hurricane. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm gonna be up out of here. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you're interested in more flights and more videos. I plan on doing a lot more, so tap in with me. Peace.